Welcome to the TMRN Time Monk Radio Network. I'm Jules, and today is Tuesday, the 12th of July 2011, or the 13th in Australia. From South Australia, we have author, researcher, and earth friend, philosophical thinker, George Kavassilas. Hello, George.
Hey, Jules, how you going?
Good, thanks. In 2003, George had an experience that allowed him to journey past our normal 3D realm and into the omniverse. George has created many presentations and documentaries based on his experiences, and you can find it on his website at http://georgekavassilas.org and ourjourneyhome.com, which is our-journey-home.com. The WebBot Forum administrator is Fox, and today he will be doing the recording and technical support of the show. Several members of the forum were kind enough to join us tonight. They include members Gemini, GemD, Lua, Green Meadow, and Lambert. For listeners, this interview will assume you have a fairly good understanding of Mr. Kavassilas' work, including the interviews he has done on The Veritas Show and others which are available on YouTube. Again, George's website is http://georgekavassilas.org and ourjourneyhome.com, which is our-journey-home.com. This interview will be available on YouTube for free on the WebBot Forum channel and at the website webbotforum.com. George, are you ready for the interview, sir?
I most certainly am. Thank you. And thank you for asking me to come along. I really appreciate the offer.
Oh, the honor's all ours. Thank you, George. The first topic of conversation is earthly matters, and we start with Lambert.
The latest WebBot report speaks of a rapidly accelerating building tension language from mid-September through to about the 9th of October. George, do you think that the expected appearance of Comet Elenin in September could be a factor in that building tension language? And will it only affect us in the physical sense of Earth changes, or will it cause a further downfall of the market's entities?
Yeah, good question. I feel there's more to Comet Elenin than just meets the eye. For me, there's something coming in behind it. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up to me. That Comet Elenin could be, with the mass that it has, which is minimal and quite insignificant in the greater scheme of things, can have such an effect. And sure, you can look at it from the point of the tail wagging the dog. So it can have a tuning effect in the harmonics in the solar system. But to the degree that the effects are at the moment, it doesn't make sense that Comet Elenin is creating these sort of tuning effects. From my understanding, my own personal experience of my own consciousness, having travelled into into the sun and to the other side of the sun, I know there's a big red body out there, and it's heading our way, and it's just snuck out from behind the sun, and it's heading this way, and a lot of people can't see it because of its physical attributes. So Comet Elenin, I'll say, was kind of like a smoke screen, but also a precursor of what's to come.
All right, George, can you tell us anything more about Comet Elenin or the smoke screen and what is to come?
Yeah, you see, it's interesting when you look at the dates too, as to the flyby scenario of Comet Elenin. The synchronization of the dates just are incredible. There's no way this thing is, again, just a naturally occurring object that just so happens to, by a freak of nature, just drift into our solar system. This thing has been speeding up, it's been slowing down, and the correlation with the specific dates in its flyby, it just, there's no way that, and it's the path, its specific path and everything. This is an object that's been steered into our direction and in a particular time frame for creating an effect. Now, the actual effects, how they're going to affect the Earth, I don't know the exact ways, but it will get a lot of attention. And this red object that's coming in behind it, which I feel personally it's a failed star. Others beg to differ with that, but I'm just sharing my opinions here. And this is the object. If you understand things from the level of the cosmic drama, because our planet has its own consciousness and the star, our sun, has its own consciousness. All the planets and all the stars have their own consciousness. They're individual beings. And so if you look at it from their level of the drama and what's happening here on the Earth, you have this this planet, our Earth Mother, who's about to give birth to a new way of life, and you've got the sun, and then you've got this failed star, which is kind of like, if you've ever heard of the mythology of the evil twins, not the evil twins, but sorry, the evil twin brother of a good guy. So you've got our sun, who's a shining star, and then you've got this jealous, envious, embodied consciousness of a failed star. And he would like nothing more than right at the very end to get between the sun and his wife, the earth, to basically spoil the party and grab all the attention. And if you understand things from that level of the cosmic drama, I know I'm getting quite out there for some people, but it's just understanding things from that perspective. And this red object is coming through to create a lot of issues, and it's really having an effect on Mother Earth, because as this thing gets closer, she's standing up, she's making a stand, so she's straightening up on her axis, and it's the feminine energy saying to this jealous and envious male energy that she's had enough. So, the interaction that they're having is really quite interesting.
Thanks for answering that, George. I have a follow-up question to that, and that would be that there's a lot of false language out there that's more than likely being provided by the powers that be. Do you have any ideas as to why they would be challenging what the reality is of the comet and the red dwarf?
Yeah, look, they want to keep people in a slumber for as long as possible, because there's a plan. And I don't have every single detail of their plans, but I've got a bit of a good idea, a good feel for it. And the whole point of it is to keep humanity in a slumber as long as possible. And it ties in too with the next major global mind control event, because you got 9/11, and that was a really good effort. They did pretty good with that. And it was on one level, it was an experiment. Another level was part of the plan. It was symbolic, the Twin Towers, and Joshin and Boaz, the two towers in masonry, and the pillars of polarity and the gateway to polarity, the 11/11 effect. So it's really quite interesting how they attempted it with 9/11, but didn't quite get the global effect they wanted. But it was a good try, and now we've got an event that's coming, because this is a battle for our awareness. So if you've got, it's not just a battle for our attention, it's actually about awareness, because depending on your level of awareness will depend on, the reality you experience. So, yeah, it's quite a big thing, this, and I feel very strongly, and others feel strongly, that I've been communicating with, that we feel there's a pending global mind control event about to occur, another one. It'll actually make 9/11 look like a little baby compared to this, and it's a drama that'll affect the whole planet. This will be a planetary scale event, and they've got a lot of infrastructure in place, not just through the televisions and the radio waves, but they've put a lot of technology in place to create an energetic effect on people's minds when these events play out. So I say to people, it's time to really become aware that there's an event on the way. Let's not focus on too much on what it might be. It is a good thing to talk about it. Sure, is it the comet? Is it going to be a fake alien invasion? Is it going to be the appearance of a religious deity? We can entertain all these different ideas, but if people can be aware that there's actually an event about to occur, then whatever it's going to be, people can sit back and say, okay, there's something that's playing out here on the planet. We know they want to brainwash humanity with this event, because that's how they work. They can't help themselves. And because they want to capture humanity's awareness, which is what they've been doing since the beginning of even before then, but a lot since the beginning of the Renaissance period. And it's about steering, because we're headed down in a particular path. And what their agenda is to capture our attention, our awareness, and capture the minds and the hearts of the people and steer humanity in a particular direction. I mean, we are being so funneled down a particular path, with the technology we're using, the type of technology, why aren't we using other types of technology? Why are we stuck with the technologies that we have and we have been, and we're heading down this path with this technology? So you've got to look at the level of this AI that's influenced itself and imposed itself on the human race. It's about looking at all the ET races that are interacting with the shadow governments behind the scenes. This is a massive, massive agenda at play here. And this does not originate just from the ruling elite. This goes off-world to the overlords, and this goes intergalactic. This is a very large cosmic cabal. And it's you got to look at things from a much larger perspective, and this brown dwarf is all a part of that major plan. And how exactly it affects humanity, I'm not sure. But on a personal level, I did have the experience of going into the future and seeing I called it the time of the two moons. I've been discussing it for a while. And I saw a blood red moon next to our silver moon, and the blood red moon was bigger than our silver moon, not by much when you looked at it in the sky, but I knew this thing was way, way out, and it was massive. And it's interesting to know that I'm getting emails from people around the world who have had similar experiences. So it's not just George who's having these experiences.
Well, thank you so much, George.
Yeah, you're welcome.
George, hi, this is Gemdi.
Hey, Agendi, how you going?
Yeah, good. I'm very happy to talk to you.
Yeah, me too. I'm really, really happy to be here.
All right, here's my first question. Nikola Tesla created one of mankind's most advanced free energy devices and multiple technologically advanced systems to free mankind of slavery to the system. Do you think humans have misused technology, and therefore that's why we have actually devolved using technology?
Well, we've been on the path of devolution for pretty much quite intensely for the last, I would say, definitely this processional cycle, and even beyond, just because I understand the journey that we've all undertaken. So it was a journey of descent from our original the way we were originally created, and there's reason and purpose for that, and we wanted that. We all wanted that collectively from a much higher aspect of ourselves. So the I would say that the technology that Tesla created was just wonderful, and it's been misappropriated by by a very small number. And the unfortunate thing is the way the whole of the human race has been guided and funneled down this particular path that I mentioned before, because they've been working on our desires, our greed, all the negative attributes of the human race are being stimulated quite intensely for the past. Well, it's been going on for a few thousand years, but this mode of it, this model that we're existing in now, and the technologies that we have been really intense, especially in the last 50 years, and even before that, because if we were to have free technology and use it wisely, we are humane beings. We're humane, right? That's our natural state of being. But we have